very much. Welcome to Conversation on OLUYOLEFM 98.5 right here in the city of Ibadan. The first day of the month of June 2026. Yes, the year is rolling by, and we know and we pray that we'll see the end of it and beyond. Yes, Conversation is the program on the station OLUYOLEFM 98.5, and of course you all know what Conversation is all about. We dishing out stories from this end, and we giving our own headlines, opinions and views on from this end here, and our own opinion, not the corporate views of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. And also you giving the opportunity to contribute from your own end, that is giving your own opinions and views from your end, yes, via the phone lines when the time comes. Yes, we are networking with Okegu 96.3 FM and Agility 92.1 FM. Of course, no one beats that reach. And yes, also you can check us up on Facebook. You'll meet us there. Also, bcs.tv to be precise, and live streaming on Oluyole 98.5. Conversation is the program, and when the time comes for you to give your own opinions and views, I want to urge our listener that be cautious with the choice of words, and yes, just give your opinion, go straight, direct. Yes, I have about two newspapers here. We have about two newspapers here, and the Tribune is here and the Punch is here online, and still talking abduction now. That is the story that everyone is talking about in Oyo State, even in Nigeria. And now, part of efforts, steps taken just last week, President Makinde, Governor Sheyi Makinde, yes, visited the local government area where these kids were abducted and are still in the bush somewhere. And he promised that something will soon be done to ensure that these children especially are released from captivity by these wicked people, wicked criminals that are disturbing the peace of that area. You recall that the abductions had come over about going to 20 days now, and they are still in the bush. Nothing is being done. They are not talking, although we heard that they asked for a sort of ransom, but we don't know where that stands now. That is the information we had. It is not from the grapevine. And the NUT says it will begin a nationwide strike, while President Tinubu says it has approved the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards in Oyo, and more riders here. Deploys special rescue team. Chief of Staff, National Security Advisor, IGP, Defense Minister, others have paid a visit to the community. And like I said, then you should declare strike in Oyo, and Governor Makinde, however, cautions against protest, says public demonstrations could embolden kidnappers. I want to agree with the Governor Makinde here that it might embolden them, that they will have more confidence that yes, okay, you think you can use force to deliver these kids and these teachers from us. Okay, let's wait and see. But I know that something positive will come out here. Now, NNPC generates 5 trillion naira revenue as crude oil output hits 1.68 million barrels per day. That is coming from the oil sector here. And I have this one again here. Group warns against politicization of security challenges. And some other stories here. Stakeholders worried over 300% increase in Lagos land transaction fees. And let's see some stories here from the Tribune, from the Punch here. And this one says APC demands probe as woman dies during Osun Accord party primary. And Nigerians more confident with Tinubu, says APC spokesman. US commits $3.5 million to monitor Nigeria's religious violence. Yes, that's coming from the US now. And Labour rejects 100,000 naira minimum wage proposal. And the NDLEA seizes 380 military-grade bullets in Kaduna raids. Well, we'll be back after this short timeout. Stay with us. Yes, the program is still Conversation on OLUYOLEFM 98.5 in the city of Ibadan. And yes, of course, networking with Okeogun 96.3 FM and Agility 92.1 FM. Yes, the very first story talking about the Oyo abductions. Tinubu approves 1,000 forest guards, deploys special rescue teams. The federal government said on Sunday that it would adopt kinetic and non-kinetic measures in securing the release of the 45 kidnapped teachers and pupils of public and private schools in Oluyole in Oluyole local government area of Oyo State. And it equally approved the immediate recruitment of 1,000 forest guards to strengthen security in the communities. It will be recalled that gunmen launched attacks on the community 17 days ago, yes, like I said, during which 3 persons were killed while 45 others have been held captive, and the development has resulted in the intervention of both the federal and Oyo state governments. A federal government delegation led by the Chief of Staff to President Bola Tinubu, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, on Sunday visited the parents of the kidnapped pupils as well as the families of the slain teachers in Awuru Eshiele. The delegation included the National Security Advisor, Madam Nuhu Libado, the Inspector General of Police, Tunji Disu, the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, and the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Public Communications, Sunday Dari. And Gbajabiamila, who was moved to tears while delivering the message of the President, disclosed that government would adopt both the kinetic and non-kinetic measures when necessary. Well, we appreciate these steps, but well, these measures to be taken are getting too long. This is almost 20 days. These pupils, these students, these teachers, the principal, they are suffering. They are suffering. And well, I saw a video where the woman, the principal, was appealing to government, to expedite action on how they will be released from the net of these criminals that have abducted them for close to 20 days now. She was really crying and begging like a baby, and God knows what saga, what condition those kids will be in now inside a forest. Let's not talk about mosquitoes here now. Some big and strange ants that will be moving around. Then we don't know what kind of beatings they might have been giving these kids. We don't know. We don't know. But I know that this step would yield some positive results here. And well, that is, people are so worried. Most people are worried. Like most times when one of our callers will call on the phone and wants to talk about this issue, she will start crying. That is Ogolua from Lagun. Well, she is a parent too. She is a mother, and well, people are just sitting and watching what will eventually happen when these forest guards are deployed, and when the teachers are beginning their strike. But Governor Seyi Makinde has warned that the state governor, yes, he appealed to residents and families and concerned citizens to plead for the safe release of the students and teachers abducted in the schools, warning that protests could embolden their captors and undermine ongoing rescue efforts. Well, Tola, that phrase that is called embolden, because earlier the National Association of Nigerian Students had promised to embark on a protest. That was last week, that it will happen today. Now the NUT is saying it will also embark on a protest. Now Governor Seyi Makinde is saying these strikes, they should be wary of how the protests, of how they go about it, because it could embolden the the criminals. And well, we don't know. They have been caught in a corner, but we don't know how they will now operate, because I see, as you can see, tactical teams are being also set up, and well, we don't know how they will carry it out. They are the professionals, and they will know.
Well, regarding the NUT strike and the nationwide solidarity rallies, I want to believe that well, this is intended. Government Makinde is saying it could embolden the kidnappers, but I think it would rather put the kidnappers on edge. It will send a statement to the kidnappers that people in this part of the country and indeed other parts of the country are saying enough is enough, that enough of this, and that people are beginning to wake up and saying that we are going to resist this. Yes, I believe the protests are going to be peaceful. They call it solidarity rallies, so that should be peaceful, and also a way of telling the government to do more. It's not that the government is not doing enough, but then maybe a signal to the government when they need to do more and expedite action on the release of these ones that are still in captivity. But as for the strike, well, I don't know. I believe the NUT actually means well, but then we are giving, to me, my opinion here, I think we are giving the kidnappers exactly what they want, and their sponsors, aside what pecuniary gains there are for the sponsors of these financiers of these kidnappings. I believe they also have political motives, and part of that is to make sure that they kill education. So by going on strike, we would be giving them exactly what they want. That is exactly what they want, to destroy education in what they've already virtually done in northern Nigeria. They also want to do the same in the south, and then we shouldn't give them that pleasure. That's what I think. While also I think schools should be made more secure. No matter where the schools are located, this is a time to make sure, and of course incorporating the services of the local vigilantes. That is the only way we can truly secure the schools. So then they said the rallies are going to be nationwide, so it's not just about Oyo alone, it is about everywhere that these things are happening, and it is time for people to actually begin to stand up to these elements in whatever way they can. So the government is saying that it could embolden the kidnappers. Well, I don't know how that would embolden the kidnappers, but then he is the one in the seat of power. He's the one that wears the crown, and I guess he knows what he's saying. And therefore, President Tinubu approving the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards. Well, a right move in the right direction. The forest guards would also be empowered to function, and there must be optimal cooperation between them and the conventional security agencies.
Now, another group here is talking about security. A civic organization, Democracy Watch Frontiers, has described what it described as opposition-sponsored protest aimed at undermining the administration of President Bola Tinubu, saying such actions amount to a cynical exploitation of the suffering of victims of insecurity. And in a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday, the group's publicity secretary, Danjuma Ahmed, warned Nigerians against attempts to manipulate public opinion ahead of the 2027 general elections through misinformation and emotionally charged narratives. Well, that is what is there for that now. I think what this group is trying to say is that some people are sponsoring these security, like you always say, sponsoring these what now, violence and insecurity, so that they will give President Tinubu's administration a bad name.
And like I said, they cut across all ethnic nationalities. Fine, maybe it was started by a particular ethnic nationality, and more of that ethnic nationality were involved initially. But now people from other ethnic nationalities, bad elements, bad eggs, so that this trade is sweet. It has become a trade. They saw that this venture is lucrative. Talking about kidnapping now, and they decided, especially youth, to also venture into it. There was a post online which went viral about some people who are based overseas. They live in the diaspora, and once in a while they come down to Nigeria and they plan high-profile kidnappings. That's what they do. And unfortunately, they met their Waterloo recently when the police got wind of their presence in a particular eyebrow estate where they were about to strike. They were targeting a particular individual, a particular wealthy individual. So the police moved in on them, and they were rounded up. They were arrested. They opened fire on the police when they saw that the police were approaching. So there was a gun duel. I think 3 of them were neutralized. One escaped with bullet wounds, and the rest were rounded up. They came, and there was no single member of that ethnic nationality that we all blame that when these things happen. Like I always say, no single ethnic nationality was among them. So I'm not defending that ethnic nationality. I'm just saying that we should face the reality here, that this is a big problem, bigger than a particular ethnic nationality. We must begin to tackle the problem from the roots. And then the high-ups in the military, the high-ups in government that are involved. The governor of Katsina State also sent something that went viral. No one of his aides was arrested for being in complicity with the bandits. And then he said something. He said he held a high-level security meeting with top leaders of the security agencies, and he said within 5 minutes the bandits were already aware of everything discussed at that meeting. He said it don't take 5 minutes for them to be aware of everything that was discussed immediately after the meeting. He mentioned a particular high-profile bandits that made it known that we already gotten wind of everything that was discussed at that meeting. So how do you begin to explain that? So we should stop. It's a very big problem, and the corruption has eaten deep into virtually all stakeholders that are supposed to be involved, even in stopping this thing that we are facing. So the Chief of Army Staff is saying here, Chief of Air Staff, pardon me, Air Marshal Sunday Kelvin Aneke is saying that evolving security landscape demands trained, mission-ready personnel. We have them already, and I believe that we still need more of them. We already have them already. If only they will be allowed to perform. If only those that are the clogs in the wheel of progress, the politicians that are supposed to allow them to function, would truly allow them to function.
Well, I have this one here talking about recordings of police activities by members of the public, a kind of warning to those that operate online, all those recordings that the people do. Now, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, cautioned content creators, social media users, and members of the public against the indiscriminate recording and circulation of police-related videos, warning that such actions could undermine security operations and demoralize officers. And the IG expressed concern over what it described as the growing trend of recording police officers during routine and sensitive operations and posting such content online without proper context. And speaking during an interview session with crime correspondents in Abuja on Sunday, he said, yes, accountability is important and we remain committed to transparency. However, recordings and public engagements involving police officers must be done responsibly and should not be used to harass officers or undermine operational effectiveness. Well, he's not saying that they should not record police activities, but it must be done responsibly.
Virtually, that is what he's saying. It is not happy with the recording of police activities. And the question I want to ask is that, well, I'm glad he didn't say that. At least he didn't say it was against the law. He gave some reasons why he feels police activities and operations should not be recorded when you have the opportunity to do so. He's saying that it could demoralize the officers, it could, and he gave some other reasons. But then, people, I think I fault him on this, because as long as the police are not doing anything illegal against the law, why should they not want to be recorded? And when you are doing your operations, of course, if the only reason you may not want anybody to stand and be recording with their phones is if they might be in the line of danger while doing that, and if they are a hindrance to the operation, so then you can tell them to move away from the scene. There are those who will do that, and not in a brute way, as the police often do in this part of the country. And why am I saying this, Bimbo? In the advanced crimes, okay, you don't want individuals to stand and use their phones to record. Now, in the advanced crimes, why we have the CCTVs on every street, and on maybe attached to every street lamp, and virtually everywhere. If individuals do not record, those CCTV cameras will record, and those recordings can be obtained. Can now be obtained. They can be played for the public. So, what difference does it make? What difference does it make if we ever advance to that level? So your operations will still be recorded, whether you like it or not, unless you want to disable those cameras if they are there. So I don't think that should be a problem, like I said, and unless, of course, recording will put you in danger, so then the police can ask you to evacuate the place. And I don't think anybody has to tell you when you see danger. If you see danger and you still decide to stand and record with your phone. The only place I know where the police don't get negatively excited when you are recording their activities is in Abuja. That's the only place I've experienced that. Any other place, even when they are not doing any operation, even the ordinary traffic warden will get very annoyed when you start. You are not filming in Bimbo, but you are there. Of course, you know you are know about these experiences.
Yes.
When you are there on the street, maybe you are doing a particular report on the environment, and then he says that you are recording. He gets angry, and then he starts trying to harass you and all that. But I was in Abuja many years ago well, not so many years ago, and I was to do a report, Abuja, A Tale of Two Cities. We were doing a report on the urban and then the ramshackle part of Abuja. That was what the report was based on. And well, I had to hire, because I couldn't take a cameraman along from the office, so I had to hire a professional cameraman who is familiar with news reports right there in Abuja. So, and the man lives in Abuja. So we were in front of the CBN, opposite the Central Bank of Nigeria, and of course there was this armored vehicle with mobile policemen sitting on top, looking very fierce. And because of where I am coming from, when the man started recording, I said, those police officers, said don't mind them. They said that they are not going to do anything. And truly, he won't recorded them. They didn't do anything. And the other places too that we went, where there was a presence of heavy security, mobile policemen. And I now asked him that where I am coming from, in other parts of the country that I've been on this side, you will regret ever pointing your camera at them. If you want to record them, you do it secretly so that they will know. You know that this is Abuja. That it was well actually explaining to me that this is the seat of power. So of course, they have to consider the fact that Abuja is international. We have all sorts of people from different parts of the world coming to the nation's capital. So they cannot afford to do that. Because if they do that, the next thing they might find themselves on BBC or CNN and all that. So they have been told. I said, okay. Now that so just to tell you, Bimbo, that I do not subscribe to what was it the IGP saying that now?
No, it was the I think it was a group. I think it was a group. A group. And of course, the IGP too. They mentioned something like that. But the only period when I know that you can point your cameras at the police is maybe during election period.
You also have to seek
you have
permission.
To,
you have to also go to their orga.
Because what I'm saying is, if they are stationed, beside the polling booth.
Okay, that situation they didn't say anything.
They didn't say anything, but if they are stationed across, along the routes, the highways, yes, you have to go and seek permission from their orga.
I remember the election that you mentioned, INEC office, I think a particular election, maybe I think shortly before the elections were to start, there were a lot of activity at INEC office, and the place was buzzing with soldiers. So I was trying to talk to one of the soldiers that we want to do some recording and would like them to be in our film. So while he was engaging me, the guy just bellowed from afar. We said, "What do you want with soldier?" So he now said, "Okay." When I was talking, I said, "That is our guy." So I quickly went to him and I explained, and I said, "Okay, go do your work." But if I had just brought out my camera, they wouldn't even care that we are at the office. And NNPC generates 5 trillion revenue as crude oil output. It's 1.68 million barrels per day. And what difference would it make to the price of petroleum? But that is what Nigerians are interested in. The Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, on its April 2026 monthly report summary has recorded significant growth across major financial and production metrics, and the report covers strategic initiatives undertaken during the period under review. According to the report, NNPC's revenue for April was 4.971 trillion naira, an increase of 79.23% from the March figure, as profit after tax was 481 billion naira, a 74.28% rise month on month. Well, good for the NNPC, but Nigerians are still dreaming of that day when fuel would return to maybe 200 naira, 150, 400 naira per liter.
Yes,
do you think that is ever going to happen in our lifetime?
I'm not too sure about that. Then still talking about this 5 trillion naira revenue, as yes, that was generated as crude oil output. It's 1.68 million barrels per day. I hope, like you said, talking about maybe fuel prices may come down or not, or will still be going up and up. And I hope this 5 trillion naira does not, just create, produce wings.
They disappear. I think there are more better monitoring mechanisms now. I wouldn't say impeccable yet, but then looks like there are better monitoring mechanisms now. And though that one that has grown wings, like you always say, being wings, Otiloni. And still talking energy, Nigerians may pay more for cooking gas as supply situation grows worse. The Nigerian city dwellers may pay more for cooking gas as the supply situation grows worse. Other than improving, the rising cost of liquefied petroleum gas (LPG), popularly known as cooking gas, is biting harder in Lagos and Ogun states. This has further been aggravated by the rising supply shortage, a situation that is raising serious concern among Nigerians and gas marketers. I was speaking when contacted on Sunday. The president, Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers, Edu Iyang, said the supply situation of LPG has not improved, but rather growing worse. He said that marketers are now paying as much as 29.5 million naira and 30 million naira for 20 metric tons of LPG. The situation has not improved, but rather growing worse. The price of the product keeps increasing. Of course, it's what we bought that we would sell. The situation is not funny. He said, that's quoting Mr. Edu Enyang.
Well, still talking prices now. I'm talking about the minimum wage proposal by the Nigeria Governors Forum. The Nigeria Labour Congress has dismissed the proposal of 100,000 naira as minimum wage by the Nigeria Governors Forum, insisting that a realistic living wage under the current economic conditions should be as high as 1 million naira. And the NLC spokesperson Benson Ukpa stated this in an interview with The Punch on Sunday. His reaction followed comments by the NGF chairman and governor of Kwara State, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, who disclosed that governors were considering a new national minimum wage of 100,000 naira. Yeah, so what is the difference between the 80,000 naira and 100,000 naira that is being proposed?
They just want to add 20,000 naira. Well, those who may be thinking that the NLC is being unrealistic by requesting for 1 million naira minimum wage, probably it's because, if you are thinking that way, probably it's because you've not handled that kind of money before in contemporary Nigeria. In the present day Nigeria, 1 million naira is no longer money. Forget the million that is attached to it. If you have a family, like say a family of 4 children, then you and your wife, and somebody gives you 1 million, okay, use this for the month, and then no other source of income is coming. Okay, maybe you're on salary, and you have your salary and all that. Even if you have a salary, you are being paid as much as 400,000 naira per month. I can bet you, Bimbo, that 1 million naira as feeding money, and also to take care of other things within the house. Even along with your salary, that 1 million naira by the end of the month will be finished.
Even before the end of
finished.
Yes.
Even if you are very prudent, you could say almost finished. So that has to do with this has to do with the value of the naira. The naira no longer has value. So if you are thinking the NLC is being unrealistic, then you should think again. Let's have this quick commercial, then we'll be back.
Wake up, it's choco time. Donna Choco is here with a taste you love. Just open, pour, and enjoy the chocolatey vibe. Choco 3 in 1, taste it, love it. Donna Choco 3 in 1, I love it.
Introducing the new Dano Choco 3-in-1. It's tasty, creamy, and satisfying. Taste it, love it.
But why? No, see, say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal.
Not true. Introducing the Big Bull holographic seal tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull rice, tasty rice nourished you.
ṣe lè mọ oúnjẹ aṣàkóso àwọn. Pẹpẹtẹ́ra. Àwọn oúnjẹ aládùn tó fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe o. Pẹpẹtẹ́ra. Tó bá fẹ́ ṣe oúnjẹ tó wúni lórí o. Pẹpẹtẹ́ra.
Ìbá ṣe jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù, ata dídín, kódà àsáró tàbí spaghetti, ṣe oúnjẹ tó ta wọ́n yọ pẹ̀lú Pẹpẹtẹ́ra.
Pẹpẹtẹ́ra.
Alright, we are back and it's still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Yes, 1 million naira a month as minimum wage. Now imagine me, but if you have 1 million naira a month as your salary, and out of that one and no other income is forthcoming, out of that 1 million naira you have to feed, you have to if you have cars, you have to, maybe you have 1 or 2 cars, you have to fuel those cars. If you have a generator, you have to buy fuel for that generator. And you have to, if it's rent time, you have to pay rent, and then you have to pay your children's school fees within that split of one. You have to do all that within that split of 1 month. Like I said, that will be the end of that 1 million naira. The naira no longer has that value that it used to have. In the past, if you have just 1 million naira, you are made for life in the past.
Yes.
But then it's not the same thing again today. So, start Guru Maharaji. Head of the One Love family.
It's been a long time.
Long time no see. Well, he has been talking and he has been offering his own little advice concerning the Orire abductions. And he's saying, adopt non-kinetic approach to tackle Orire local government abduction. Maharaji urges Makinde. Now, founder of the One Love family, Sadhguru Maharaji, has appealed to the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde to prioritize non-kinetic measures in the bid to secure the release of teachers and pupils abducted in Orire local government area, while also calling on leaders to ensure a level playing field ahead of the 2027 general election. In a statement on Sunday, Maharaji expressed concern over the continued captivity of the abducted victims and urged the state government and security agencies to deploy intelligence-driven strategies, community engagement, and other traditional and local mechanisms capable of facilitating the safe return of the school children and their teachers.
Well, it's been a long time we've heard from Sadhguru Maharaji.
And it must be well advanced in age now, I guess.
Yes, and now before we go to the phone lines, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted 380 rounds of military-grade ammunition in Kaduna State and arrested the couple linked to the possession of more than 1.2 tons of cannabis, the agency said on Sunday. And the agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday, stating that NDLA operatives, while on patrol along the Abuja-Kaduna Highway at Jerry on May 24, intercepted a 30-year-old suspect, Sanusi Musa, allegedly transporting 380 rounds of 7.62 mm military-grade ammunition to Katsina State. Well, the NDLA, I think they are trying to some extent. In fact, they are more than trying. Let me just say that. And well, like you always say, the proper investigation should be, launched into this. Is it the owner of the consignment? Who are these consignments? Where are they headed to? And where is it coming from?
Well, let's open the phone lines. 070-5555-1985. That's the number to call. Be part of conversation this morning. Jonathan keeps mum despite ratification by Turaki-led PDP.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
You like a call from Oluyole.
Good to have you, sir.
I want to say happy new month to you.
Yeah, same to you.
Yes, the issue of this abduction, I said it last week. Government should do something urgently. It's before it gets out of hand, they should please, for God's sake, rescue these people. They are in the sun, in the cold, in the rain, in the bush. They should do something. God bless you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, the program is still conversation and still expecting more calls.
Article waits on ADC and WC neck for choice of running mate. That's according to a party source. Amechi Ehedioha on the list.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
At the weekend, I was trying to, I could not sleep because I was reading some reports about various kidnapping that have been happening in Nigeria and the troubles and violence in the Sahel. And I was trying to connect the dots and connect it. One thing I observe is that I think this is a pattern, and there's something that we don't know that is. I mean, maybe the foreign countries knows, and all those people with good information, security apparatus. But as it seems, we are dragging our feet on these things. So what I just think the solution is that I found out that our security operatives have no power over this. They cannot solve this problem. It seems to be incapacitated. They cannot solve this problem, and everybody has seen it. What I think the solution is, before this thing, before this end of the year, this thing might be at the level we don't want to. So I think I'm not in support of ethnic militias because I don't like them, and I know they have their own agendas too. If you remember the constitution, ethnic militias want to get their own domain and their own territories too. That's how they do. But at this juncture, I think the people at the communities and government, state government and local government should take charge. I think we should allow this ethnic militia thing. You know this fire begetted fire, that kind of a thing. I think for the temporary period, we should just, every tribe, every state, every ethnic group should just apply to that. We should declare war on these people. If we declare, since all these days, no ethnic group has rose up against any this bandits moving around. They seem to be having their easy way or another. But if they know everybody fighting against them, they will not come again. Then later, after that, we can disarm our own, because that is the only solution I can think of. This thing is moving like a flame of fire. There's something going on. The reason the United States government came and started eating our targets in the north. Those are targets have meaning, but we don't know the meaning of it. Good morning.
Thank
you very much.
Well, quite unfortunately, the different tribes that you spoke about, what I have seen over time is a situation whereby instead of uniting to fight the common enemy, they would rather fight themselves. It's happening in Benue. There are militias in Benue, the local made up of the local ethnic nationalities, but they are always at each other's throats. Instead of uniting to fight the common enemy that came from outside to come and devastate their land, they would rather fight themselves, and some of them even go and hire elements within these their common enemies ranks to come and them fight against them, their perceived them rivals. It also happened in the southeast. The IPOB rather make war on their own people rather than them unite to fight against the common enemy. Oh, we lost that. 070 5555 1985. That's the number to call. And Gbenga Ashim as a marked Accord Party presidential candidate. Following the conduct of the party's primaries held across several states of the federation. We have another caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Okay. I want to ask you a question. Between life and money, which one is greater?
Oh, life.
You see, like that, Nigeria today, both leaders and the masses, they have raised money higher than man lives. And this is what we are. Jesus says, life passes anything one man will acquire in this world. Then, the government know all those that are perpetrating these things. And I don't know how long human beings in this country will be wise. How can you be waiting for somebody who will be killing you? You allow somebody to come and be destroy your life, kidnapping you. Ghana president gave them 3 days. And they knew that the man was so serious. And and they left. But why now in this country? I don't just understand this. So the leader must be able to command the able people to go out of their places so that there will be perfect peace. So they are not trouble and their families now. It is the electorate that put them to power that are facing all these things and they were happy. I don't go with just this. That's it.
You didn't tell us his name. Oh. Right,
some other time. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is how you like to go. Let's call the spade a spade. In fact, we should appreciate the effort of the federal government that they took in visiting the area and wanting to recruit about 1,000 forest military. Now, these are the steps supposed to be taken by our leaders. Anytime we have a crisis situation, we should be able to at least come to the aid of the people. But I heard that one man said that all Nigerians should contribute to be able to at least settle the kidnappers. So that is a desperate move, and we should not at least accept that. Why? If you do that, that means these people will continue to be on rampage. They will continue their relentless task. The crime will continue. But if they can find another way, and I'm talking about spiritual, those who are offered the radio claiming they have this power, that power, they should bring it out now. So we should encourage these people if they can do it. So, but today, we've never seen somebody who come out that I go to that area. All these people, they will slip away. So the way people are now saying that they have supernatural power when they cannot use it at this stage. So I think the best possible thing is to use men available afternoon to make sure that they release these students and the teachers. And now, on the political terrain or political happening in the South, they want to give people a set of chances. What do I mean? About 3 or 4 presidential candidates from the South. That means they will decide all the 4 to 5 days. Then give the only candidate from the North and upper hand. This is hard time. These people should come together and form and unite together so that they will be able to at least give the time of chance and time of the Southerners. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And yes, we'll take another break. We'll be back.
Wake up. It's chocolate time. Donna Choco is here with a taste you love. Just open and enjoy the chocolatey ride. Choco 3 in 1. Taste it, love it. Donna Choco 3 in 1. I love it.
Introducing the new Dano Choco 3-in-1. It's tasty, creamy, and satisfying. Taste it, love it.
ìyá ò lábàwọ́n ohun lóhun gbogbo tí ń ṣe jọlọ́ọ̀fù ìyá ṣe pàtàkì máa ń mú ní tójú ká ohun dídì tí ìyá tó dùn mára jí pépé àwọn ọbẹ̀ ìyá tó dùn máa ń ṣara ẹbí lóore Golden Terra oil ọ̀làdùn Golden Terra oil ṣara lóore Golden Terra oil fún ìfẹ́ Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra oil ó máa ń ran ìyá lọ́wọ́ láti dá gbogbo ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ sínú oúnjẹ tó dùn ó ṣara lóore ó ṣe fún gbogbo ẹbí rẹ̀ Golden Terra oil for pure love.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
Right, we're back and there's still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. We're still taking phone calls.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I am Ademola Pongado.
Tell me, Mr. Ademola.
Happy New Month, everyone.
You wish you the same.
And others. Concerning the Oluyole kidnap and others. People were kidnapped and they are still in captivity. And people are worried over the situation. And government is aware of the situation. And they deploy security agency police to some areas. And the NDP and others should not go on strike. And we hope that the security will know the whereabouts of notice. And we hope to be rescued. And on these police activities, you see, some people are authorized. And they record the police activities. The police are doing it. They monitored, they patrol, and they are working to address problems. And some people will record their activities, those who are authorized. And the NNPC, they continue to increase production. And this is an encouragement. And they should do the needful. The money should be spent judiciously and spent on culture, infrastructure, and other things, and welfare of the people. And the prices must come down.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. And concerning insecurity and your kidnappings, Dr. Elabogo was talking about natural science and the need for people who have that science to start earning their reputation. All right, check your time is 7:30, and then we have to go. We have an interesting time on conversation, and we'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening and enjoy your day.
Conversation.
Charity ẹni fẹ́ ṣàríyá o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàjọ̀dún, àbẹ́ni fẹ́ ṣèpàdé o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣènáwó. BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bò. BCOS event grand, òun ló kájọ ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ. Èyí tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe, BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, ilé akéde. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, BCOS event grand. BCOS event grand, débi tílẹ̀ ti tẹ́jú. Àyè ìgbọ́kọ̀sí ń bẹ, ìyẹn pọ̀ jaburata. BCOS event grand, ìyẹn nílé akéde. Oríta Báṣọ̀run, nílùú Ìbàdàn. BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. Ohun tá à ń sọ ni pé onírúurú ayẹyẹ tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe, ó ti wù kó fẹjú tó. BCOS event grand, òun ló kájú ẹ̀, òun ló káàtó. Ṣókùn àgbà lẹ́yìn fẹ́ ṣe ni, tàbí ìgbéyàwó, tàbí birthday, tàbí open year crusade. Ó sì jẹ́ book launch ní tiyín ni ẹ máa bọ̀. Ẹ̀yin sá ti kàn sí wa ní yàrá kẹrin commercial department BCOS ilé akéde, tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè sórí BCOS customer care line tololong 0915-870-3300. BCOS event grant ilé àríyá fáwọn tó mọ bó ṣe ń lọ.
Don't park your car just anywhere.
Look around. Is no sign there?
If there's one that says no parking,
move further down before you stop.
It's no joke, and we're not laughing. We hear of traffic holdups. We see them every day.
Don't double park.
Don't triple park.
You'll just be in the way.